Hello, everyone, and welcome again to K Podcast. So, as you can see on the thumbnail, yes, I got more topics to talk about today. Yeah. So, we're gonna start with Halle, is it Bailey? You know that time that she came out and she was like, "No, I'm not pregnant," and they were trying to, uh, cover up that she was pregnant. A lot of people were like, "Yeah, what if she's pregnant?" This is the thing. I said it before. Misery like company. Misery loves company. Now, let me bring up this video of this lady talking about it. And a lot of people are congratulating her. This reminds me of the Rihanna episode, by the way. It reminds me of the Rihanna episode when she got pregnant with, what is that boy's name? What is his name again? ASAP. Is it ASAP Rocky? And everybody were like, "Oh, she picked him. Why are you guys angry?" I'm not angry. Hey, everybody is entitled to how they want to live their life and how they want to ruin their lives. So I'm gonna bring up this video over here. She is pregnant for this guy that had made a music talking about her kissing in the Little Mermaid movie. And I'm like, wow.
Exactly how I felt when I found
Let me play this video from the start.
the only way to describe how I felt when I saw these photos is exactly how I felt when I found out that Rihanna was pregnant by ASAP Rocky. It's a mixture of maybe she had a big lunch with a hint of like disbelief right up until she was holding the child in her arms because it just couldn't be.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I don't even know why she denied the fact that she was pregnant in the first place. Is it because you didn't want people to know until the baby is here? Because this is the same guy that made a rap music singing about you on a scene of the acting as a professional that you are, and he was out here spilling your business, and in a very disrespectful way. Let's not forget, he wasn't making a romantic music like John Legend about you. He was out here putting your business out in a very nasty way, and this is the guy that you choose to have a child with. At least ASAP Rocky was not out here putting Rihanna's name in his coming up rap music. And this is the thing. I say everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Hi, Sun and Sunflower. Everybody's entitled on also ruining their life or actually, making themselves happy. But this, see, I talked about this already. Some people were like, "Oh, leave her alone." She chosen the guy. I said, "Yes, she's chosen it." But this is the thing. I don't want to hear anybody that been making this decision on their own, picking this kind of man to come out here and start crying to us when the relationship doesn't work or when he cheats on you. I do not want to hear about it because this is the decisions that you made. Now, the next one over here, where is it? Let me see. This guy over here was bragging about paying very little child support. And this is the reason why I'm going to bring up this particular video. You know how they be telling women that they are gold diggers and all of this? Halle Bailey's boyfriend is not making enough money like she has. Nobody even knows this guy apart from knowing him as her boyfriend and now soon to be baby daddy. But they would talk about women that are gold digging. They would talk about women that have standards. And they would talk about women that expect something like a man to be able to take care of the household, also pay for the whole entire household and care for the kids. They will call those women what? Gold diggers. They will call those women all kind of names. They will tell them they're gonna be old with cats and all of that. But when men are doing this, everybody keeps silent, and all of a sudden, it's who she chose. Oh, he's not clout chasing. He's not, going after harmony. Kind of remind me of that Love Is Blind thing with that guy. I'm gonna bring that other video back, but let me bring this video over here of this guy having 6 baby mamas and paying very little child support. And he's out here on social media bragging. And this is the thing, a lot of women put themselves into this kind of situation because, first of all, you should have asked this person, did you have kids? And if they say they have kids, you should have already done background checks on this man. But a lot of these women, like 6 baby mamas with how many kids? It's like so many. He has 3 by this one or 2 by the other one. All these baby mamas. That's why they call them baby mamas, because they all have babies. And he's out here talking about he's paying $42 for per month, $28 for per month. It is crazy. Let me break, because these are the kind of men, when they're talking about find love, these are the kind of men they're looking for you, they're telling you to go find love with. The love that they don't even have.
Support every month. Watch this. The whole internet is shocked by how much money this guy has to pay in child support every month. Watch this.
I'll tell you, but you ain't gonna believe it. Me and Alicia have 2 daughters together, and my payment to her is $31 a month.
Did you hear that, ladies? You catch that? 2 daughters, $31 a month. What is she gonna buy with $31 a month? Well, we will continue. Let's continue, because that's the first baby mama.
Me and Kathleen have 1 daughter, and my total payment to her is $140 a month. Me and Chelsea have 1 son, and my total payment to her is $14 a month. Me and Alyssa have 1 son together, and my total payment to her is $24 a month. Me and Brandy have 1 daughter together, and my total payment to her is $28 a month. Me and Samantha have 1.
My question is, where is he finding all these beautiful, and they are very pretty too. This is the thing, when you are out here trying to be a pick me, this is what pick me get. This is what a lot of pick me's be getting into, situationships. Because how can you tell me he had the first one, the second child, and you, the second woman, come in and you're like, oh, I'm gonna have my own, and you had 1, and now he's talking about which, like, we are already on a roll here. We are already on a roll.
1 daughter together, and my total payment to her is $0. I don't pay her anything. And that comes out to a grand total of $237. And some of you guys be complaining like child support is a lot.
That doesn't even pay enough for those kids to get Happy Meals every month. How in the world does he get by with only paying like $15 a month per kid? The kids can't even get clothes.
Yeah, but this is the love they want you to go find, by the way. I had a nice video today. I don't know if I can find it, but I'm going to bring up that video later. I don't know if I can find it or if I downloaded it, because it was about this guy from Love is Blind. Love is Blind. Thank God I didn't watch this season. I already had enough from TikTok and people talking about the whole situationship that was going up in there. I'm like, Love is Blind is not Love is Blind anymore. I don't know what it is. I don't know. So let me bring up this video.
If you have not seen Love is Blind, good for you. Don't watch it. Don't waste your time. I'm just gonna prove my point with Izzy again. I could literally make 5 videos about this guy. There's so many things. I'm sad. He's the sad guy. This man manipulates women with his trauma, with his feelings. Basically weaponizes our empathy. I'm telling y'all, the thing about patriarchy is it just keeps adapting. Okay, so before, they wouldn't let us make money, or they wouldn't let us have places to put our money, and they wouldn't let us buy houses, and they wouldn't let us have credit cards, okay? And now that we can have all those things, they found a new way to exploit us and keep power over us. Izzy is a perfect example. He is like, oh, cool. Like so many men, and I know this because I dated a homosexual, and it's a mindset. It's men have realized that women are willing to do literally everything and still give them the world. Like, I love that we have more financial independence, but like, I don't want to do all this. I don't want to be all of this and their therapist and their handler. And that is why I wrote this article about men being emotional gold diggers. They are such gold diggers. And but then you have guys like this who are not only emotional gold diggers, they're literal gold diggers. You got guys like Izzy out there literally trying to take women's money and mooch off of us, in addition to making us do all this labor, and then calling us materialistic and accuse us of being like classist and all of these things, and making us feel bad for having our own money and not wanting to share.
And by the way, this is easy of a guy. Is a guy that said he wanted a 50-50 relationship when he was on the pod. I didn't want. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I maybe watched 1 or 2 episodes, but I just stopped. I said I do not have time to drain my energy off of this Love Is Blind episode. This particular one that they had. This guy went inside, and the first thing he was talking about was 50-50. He expected a 50-50 relationship. All of a sudden, the fiancée, the girl that he was engaged to, all of a sudden, when he went to this girl's house, she had, like, the girl is wealthy. The parents, the dad really spoils her. She saw her cars. She saw her, he saw her apartment, her lifestyle. All of a sudden, the Easy that we all know from the start that was talking about 50-50, he changed. He's talking about real love. He's talking about this. I just love what the girl's father had to say to him. It was like, love is blind. And the father was like, I know love is blind, but sometimes love needs the rent to be paid. Sometimes love needs to fly first class. Sometimes love needs a luxury bag. You're not going to mooch off of love alone. So he was this guy that was crying about 50-50 relationship in the pod, then found out that his girlfriend or the fiancée that he had later on, because they got engaged, she is a whole wealthy woman. And in the pod, when he was talking about this 50-50 thing, she was okay with it. She was like, okay, I'm fine with the 50-50 scenario. I don't have a problem with it. He went to the house. He saw all of this. He was later on, he was talking about her credit card and her credit score and what she has. And I'm like, this is the man that was talking about 50-50. And then before the wedding time, when she didn't marry him, he came out and said, oh, I'm a 29 years old man. God, I wish I had that video over here so that you guys can see. He was like, I'm a 29-year-old man. Nothing that any man that, she's been dating men that are older. I could give her more than a 40-something-year-old man can give her. I'm like, what can you give her? What can you give her other than cucumber, eggplant? You think people, they're 40, all of a sudden they're done? No, they're not done. This is in your head. This is in your head. So he was out there talking about older men will not give her what he could give her. You don't have money, Easy. Is it easy? You don't have anything. You don't have nothing. You went to Love Is Blind and you were crying about, oh, I need a 50-50 relationship. All of a sudden, you think that you won the jackpot with the girl. I can't remember her name. You thought you won the jackpot with her. All of a sudden, 50-50 went out the door, and now you're looking at wealth. And when they tried to, after she dumped him, he was like, it doesn't mean that we are finished, because he's not planning on leaving that woman. He's planning on sucking out all the joy from her. And he's probably planning on getting married. And they be out here talking about women shouldn't be asking for anything. No, women shouldn't be. If you find love, take love. If love can only pay electricity bill, take love. Lies. Lies. They want to be the one to be taken care of. Let's stop playing.
Share it with them, even though they're not doing anything. Dude, oh God. And then they'll use this line. I always fail because they can't, give you enough. This man's whole speech after their last talk summarizes everything wrong with this relationship. For starters, y'all are just not compatible. This is like Steve and she's Miranda. I really need to go back and finish making my videos about that guy. Steve is the ultimate king baby, but this dude is worse than Steve. This dude would ruin Stacy's life. I promise you. This man is so insecure, and in this speech, you start to see what he did to
Okay, that's the end of that video. So let me bring up this other video, because I saw this video and I laughed. This other video that I'm going to, because this is the thing, when they see a woman that is beautiful, they will go after her. And the funny part of it is they're expecting you to actually ask for nothing. You should actually, see, I'm going to tell you ladies something. Do not love any man, but just love yourself. And if you can contribute to your love to yourself, that's good. Because some of these men are out here, they're not looking for love. They're looking for either somebody, a placeholder, or somebody they can mooch off, or somebody that will not come and expect nothing from them. So let me bring up this video over here.
Because a woman wanted money from him that he thought that was a...
I don't know what she was talking about, but it made sense. Because some of them be having money and then be crying if you ask for anything.
We have seen Irv Gotti cry because a woman wanted money from him that he thought that was that he thought she was really attractive because she didn't really want him. She wanted a check. We know this. Men know this. Men quick to call somebody a gold digger. They know this. Men know that women, especially attractive women, like resources. Point blank, period. These athletes are far from stupid, right? They had to take steps to protect themselves. Why do you think women would try to purposely rack up a bunch of NBA players, baby daddies, or NBA players' boyfriend? Because those men have the resources. If they didn't have the resources, they wouldn't be checking for them. These men go after these type of women. Let's not lie about that. Like, PJ went after Brittany. Zion went after his baby mom. Zion also went after Mariah. These men also chase these gold digger, or what average men would call undesirable women or untrustworthy women. And this is why when men talk about these women, I don't really take it seriously, because if men had money and they had the access to those women, they would chase at them. When men talk so much crap about Brittany Renner, I say nothing, because guess what? If they had $1 million in clout, Brittany would have been in their bed within an hour. They be in Brittany Renner's DM before the check even cleared. We have seen Irv Gotti.
The truth is, they be hating on women that are expecting men to do what they are supposed to do, because a lot of them don't have the money. So instead of going out and working and trying to get and trying to level up, they be out here on YouTube streets, on podcasts, crying about women. They be out here on YouTube streets crying about women. So I'm gonna bring up these other videos over here. I still got 5 videos to go, I think.
Four jobs, kept the house clean, kept food on the table, and took care of all of us, no problem. So your mom suffered at the hands of your inadequate father, and you expect your future wife to be content doing the same. Why are you bringing up my dad? I didn't even say anything about my dad. Was he in the picture growing up? I mean, no, but that's not the point. Okay, so now you said something about your dad, and my rebuttal still stands. Next. It's not that I want to divorce her, it's just that I do what I'm supposed to do as a man, and ever since she had the baby, she can't do what she's supposed to do as a woman. What am I supposed to do? So your wife can handle the mental turmoil of pregnancy, childbirth, and postpartum recovery, but you can't handle the slight discomfort of not having sex for a little while? I didn't even say it was about sex. Why do you assume it's about sex? What is it about then? I mean, it's about sex. Right. Next. I mean, it's really not that difficult to understand. Like, I just want a girl who knows what she's doing, but I don't want a girl that has a bunch of bodies. So you want a virgin that'll give you a porn star experience? Yes, exactly. That's it. And what do you have to offer? Right. Next. Like, I like her, of course, but she has mad daddy issues. Like, I can't be with a girl who has daddy issues like that. Wow, that's very brave of you to admit that. Admit what? That men have such an extensive track record of failing as parents that society had to create a term to describe the outcome of that in their daughters. I mean, it's almost like it's right in front of you, and you're just missing it.
Well, that was Boy Matt, and I'm gonna say this. I saw a lot of great videos of Boy Matt, and I love them all. And I really love them all, because women be making sense in this whole Boy Matt situation. You know, women be making real sense about the Boy Matt situation, because it is funny. It is funny. The math is not matching. And like, I was sitting down today and I was thinking to myself, these men have cussed out single women with, no kids. And then they cussed out single women that are educated, with that, but have their diplomas, their education, and they cuss those ones out. Then they cuss out. They be out here on YouTube street talking bad about women that are, self-sufficient, self-employed. They have their own business, all of that. And you'll be thinking, oh, so all these single women, okay. Then they talk about women that don't want any kids, women that are like, I don't want kids. They don't talk terrible about childless women. And you think they will at least, leave the women that actually have children alone. No, here we go. Now they don't come out talk about, I don't want to date single mothers because they be treating their kids better than me. So if you look at all this whole situation that they be talking about, if you watch any podcast of any man talking about women, it's going to be single women that are educated, childless women, women that don't want children, child-free women. Then they be going after the self-made women. Then at the end, they would even go after women that have kids but want to be single. Because, baby mamas don't. And the funny part of it is when they come out talking about baby mamas, you'll be like, why are you even bringing up baby mamas? The only women that they don't talk about are women that are married. Because at the end of the day, even if you're a baby mama, they want to talk about you so that you can feel bad. As much as they're talking about other women that don't have kids, they want to talk bad about women that are childless, that don't want kids, child-free women. They want to talk bad about women that are single and have their education. They want to talk about self-made women. They want to talk about women that are just single and don't want anything to do with them. So unless you have a man, you're married, you're on the table. Even if you have 6 kids, they're going to talk about you and your 6 kids. They're going to come up here. Even if you're not checking for them, you got kids and you're not checking for them, they're going to talk about it. I saw a guy on TikTok coming out and talking about he couldn't date this single woman because she was taking care of her son and, treating her kids like kings. And she has a good business and all of that. But, he was trying to check her out. But the thing is, she wasn't paying any attention to him. I'm like, where is your mama? Where is your mama? Because you all want to be infantized out here so much. You want to be infants. You want a woman to center you. Not even the kids are not getting away with it. The pets are not getting away with it. Women that are single, and have no kids and just have pets, they're in this whole shenanigans too. They're on the table. Unless you're married and you are up there, taking care of some man, then your name is out of it. But if you, all the above that I just mentioned, if you're a single mother, yeah, you're on the table too. They be talking about, I don't want single mothers. A lot of single mothers don't want you. This is the funniest thing that makes me laugh. There are a lot of women out here that I've seen that are single mothers that don't want to get into a relationship. And I'm going to say this. I'm friends to some of them. And you talk about relationship with a single mom, she'd be like, I don't even want them because I got kids to raise. And secondly, I don't want another mouth to feed. I don't want another person on my ear nagging all the time. I don't want a man that will be nagging in my ears. I can have an outside relationship. We have fun, but I'm not going to be in a serious relationship with this person. I've seen a lot of single mothers that are out here. And if you ask them, do you want a relationship? They will look you right in the eyes and be like, no. I don't want to. I can have a boyfriend or I can have somebody that we have fun now and then, but there is nothing that is going to be serious. I'm not going to take him serious. And I've seen a lot of single mothers that have literally said they do not want to be married. And you will think, okay, since they're single mothers, maybe they will keep them out of their mouth. Nope, single mothers are on that table. It's like, if it doesn't center a man, we're going to talk about you. If you have kids, but you don't have a man, we're going to talk about you. The envy that some of these men be having is crazy. It is absolutely crazy.
And men I have ever been in my life.
Honestly, to God, girl, like same. I'm just where you are at, where I am over dating and I have no interest in it because it's too ghetto. Like dating in the United States and honestly dating across the world, because all of us women are having the same problems because we're all talking about it. Across TikTok and multiple forums, like honestly, it's just too ghetto. Like low key, as a woman, you literally have to prepare yourself as if you are going on a CIA top mission, like you're storming Guantanamo Bay. Like, what is this? The fact that you as a woman have to like go perform a basically like a private investigation on like a guy with his name. Like you got to Google this person to make sure that he says who he is. Like a lot of these may be lying about their names. They be saying that they single, but they got 3 babies with 2 different baby mamas in 2 different states. Like who is dealing with all of that? Then you got these men who like literally you don't know are just mentally unhinged and crazy. Like you have to go through this process before you go on every single date, to where you have to share your location with every single friends and family that you know will be there for you to make sure that you get home safely. And in the event that something does happen, those people will know when to like contact the police to see if you need some assistance. And that's assuming that you're still alive after something happens, if it were to happen. Then you have to go through this whole thing about like, do I take my car to this date because I want to make sure that this man does not have my license plate information if I choose to break this off, because men are real crazy and honestly to God, they're stalkers. Like one of my good friends right now broke up with her ex-boyfriend a year ago. She's moved on with a new boyfriend. We love him. He treats her as well. This other guy is a total asshole. This man literally, despite her and her family, like literally going through the legal processes and him being warned in Title IX at his university, being warned about his behavior, this man is still making up fake phone numbers, fake emails to try to get in contact with her. Like literally it's been a year ago since they broke up, and literally like she's moved on with her boyfriend. She gets this random text message from this random phone number talking about, hey, it's me, can we please talk? I don't want to mean any harm. We're looking through our Instagram story and I really just want to talk. Like, what? Like, he's still doing this. My friend has had to block this dude on every single social media account you can think of. Like LinkedIn, like, are we really why should we have to block people on LinkedIn? Like, this is crazy. And it's just like our justice system is very reactive. There's not a lot that victims can do and the police can do because their hands are tied, because our system.
Okay, she goes on to say something that I don't want her to say over here. But you know what? I'm going to put probably the link of this video somewhere so that you can go watch the entirety of this video, because she said something that she actually did and I don't want to put it up here on my video. But it is funny because when you're single, I feel like even when you're a single mom, they still trying to come over there and make sure you take care of them and your kids too. Even when you're a single mom, they expect you to take care of them. And God forbid you take care of your kids more than you take care of them. We're going to have it on social media. They're going to talk about it. I saw a man's video where he dumped a food that the mother prepared for the boy. He literally took the food and dropped it on the floor and said because she served the child first before she served him. She served him last. Are you kidding me? So single mothers, nope. You're on the table for them to talk about. Yeah. And the worst part of it is every time they be coming up with this preference, I don't want to date a single mother. I don't want a single mother. Excuse me, a lot of single mothers are not looking your way. A lot of single mothers might just want to catch fun, have fun, because, hey, why do you think they are single in the first place? You think they were impregnated by the Holy Ghost? There was a man there. That's why they are single mothers. They left that man for a reason. They're probably traumatized. They're not looking for you. And then when they've done talking about the single mothers, they go after women with, child-free women that don't want kids. And then they dump on them too. They talk about you need a man, you need a man, you need a man. Then they go after the self-made women, the graduates, and they tell them, oh, your certificate don't mean anything. It is insane out here. It is absolutely insane. Now let's get the next video. Let me see.
their wives are the
Now, this last video over here made me laugh because I've seen a lot of men that be talking about open relationship, especially those ones in relationships. And the funny part of it is when they open that relationship, they are the ones that always cry about they want to close it up. So let me just bring up this video over here.
men want an open relationship until they realize their wives are the ones who are going to be getting.
See, that's why all this weird rhetoric about how men become more desirable with age truly baffles me. Because desirable to who? Not to women. It's so funny to me that women will date older men thinking they'll be more mature, but then they realize that dating a 45-year-old man is pretty much the same as dating a 21-year-old man.
True. Very true. Because this is the thing. They've been selling this story of if you date an older man, it's better. They're going to have the same attitude, the same behavior. That's why I always tell the ladies, it doesn't matter if he's young, he's old. If he does not have the money, if he doesn't have a house, if you look at him and he cannot provide the kind of lifestyle you want, move along. If you know he cannot, if you are somebody that you want, your own business, and you look at that man and he cannot start up a business for you, no. If he does not have his own home, no. If he's out there talking about, I'm looking for 50-50, red flag. Absolutely no. No. That's a red flag. If he does not have no money, he is a no-no. It doesn't matter what age he is.
But back around to the point. Men really be thinking they got the juice. Believe it or not, I was in an open relationship once. And let me tell you, these niggas be cool. I was in a relationship with a guy and I just kind of decided that we should try dating other people. And he agreed. I didn't just bring up the idea of an open relationship out of the blue. He had already actually been talking to other women and I was in my early 20s and go easy on me, y'all. So he starts on his journey to wooing women. And it was a mess. I would hack into his Facebook, again, early 20s. I would hack into his Facebook and I would look at the messages he was sending women. Yo, this cornball ass nigga. They were either not interested or they would simply not respond. And that was embarrassing for me because now I have the ick. Men overestimate their value, which is why they work so hard to underestimate ours. Be safe out there, ladies.
I'm gonna be sincere. If I saw that with my partner, like you've been talking to all these ladies and they're ignoring you, I'll probably be like, so I'm the one that took the last. I'll be feeling bad because I'll be like, so I was the one that had to take you. Why? Okay, no. And there was another TikTok video that I saw of a guy talking about they had an open relationship, and he and his girlfriend, this was a Reddit, by the way, a Reddit post. He and his girlfriend opened Tinder at the same time. He's been trying to connect with other ladies. In 1 hour, his girlfriend have gotten over 100 and something, mutual likes and counting. And he literally put there counting and counting. So he decided to call his girlfriend and, ask if they can close the relationship again because he did not get even one match. He did not get even one single match. This is the thing. They be thinking they have a lot of value out here. That's why they be telling women, find love. No, I'm going to tell you, love is not going to pay for that first class that you want to fly. Love is not going to give you that luxury vacation that you want to go on. Love is not going to pay for the bills. Love is not going to pay for, when you have problems. Love is not going to pay for the hospital bills. Love is not going to build the house. No, love is not going to do any of that. But you know what will do it? Money. Money will do all of that. So I don't care if it's young, old. If you don't got the money, you don't go. You don't go. Let them cry about women. Oh, women are here. Go there. I don't care. You don't have anything to offer. You don't even have love to offer. All you got to offer is pain at this point. It is just pain and talking bad about every woman that doesn't have a man in their lives. It doesn't matter if she have a pet, you'll be talking about the women's with pet. Even pets cannot even get away with it. They be seeing a woman that has a pet video on TikTok or Instagram. You'll be seeing them down there writing all kind of crazy comments talking about, so what happens if your pet leaves you? What? So you're gonna have 10 cats later? What? And then you come out and you're like, I'm a single mother. You know, I have 1 or 2 kids. And you're like, I'm not looking for a man. Well, this is terrible. In fact, I don't even like single mothers, as if you asked them in the first place. I saw what ladies, the reason why I'm bringing up this single mother topic is because I've seen a lady that is a single mom. And she talks about she doesn't want to be married again. She doesn't want to have any kids. And she has only 1 kid. Tell me why men were in that place writing to this woman that said she doesn't want to have any man anymore, and she only had, and she's a very wealthy woman. She talks about a business. She's like, I have my business, I am doing well. She has a very big house, very nice life. She goes on vacation, takes videos, take photos, post it. Tell me why these men were out there in a single mother's DM or comment section writing all kind of craziness. Talking about, you don't have no man. And she's like, I don't want any man. I just came out of a relationship that traumatized me, and I'm not looking forward to meet any man. I am contented with my kid. They were still over there hating. They were over there in the comment section hating. Even when she had the kid that they were talking bad about the other women not having. She has a kid, and they're still talking bad about her not wanting a man. The thing is, they want to be babies. They want you to bring them in, even though you have another kid at home, and treat them like babies. And forget about your kid. It is even better for them. They always come out here crying about how the women take care of their kids more than they take care of them, because they don't want you to even look at your kid. They should be the center of your attention. Now, I'm going to leave you guys with this particular video over here. And I'm going to say this. Thank you all for being here once more. Let me know what you think in the commentary section about this particular video over here. And let me bring up this video.
That as tools of the reason why so many men weaponize housework and things like that as tools of coercive control and abuse is because it's so socially acceptable. People see nothing wrong with men having these exorbitantly high standards when it comes to the cleanliness of the house that they do absolutely nothing to contribute to. Well, yeah, of course he wants homemade meals. Of course he wants everything scrubbed and washed freshly. Of course he never wants to see a piece of dirty laundry. He never wants anything out of place. Well, why would you want a standard that...
Let me tell you this. I saw a lady made a video about her life when she was living with her, is it husband at the time, or fiancé? And she was talking about how he would complain if she folded his pants, his boxers pants, you know, the wrong way. If she folded it the wrong way, he would complain. And no, it was her husband that he would complain. She would clean the whole house, clean everything, and he would complain. He would still complain. There was nothing that she did that he didn't complain about. So she had to go to work, and she works as a nurse. So, you know, their shift. So when she comes back, she goes into the home, she cleans. She talks about he just sit down, watch TV, play PS5, enjoy himself, doesn't pick up after himself, nothing. And she has to do all of this for him. So when they got divorced, and she was talking about, she was like around, is it 34 weeks pregnant, 32 weeks, or around 32 weeks or something more, pregnant when she was mowing the lawn, like she was cutting the grass outside. She was mowing the lawn at that stage of pregnancy. And when she finally divorced this man, she said, if you look at the grass, because they both bought the house, so he wanted to stay in the house. And so she had to move out. And she said when she came back, because at the end of the day, he was not mowing the lawn, The grass was so high, you couldn't see anything. The grass was so high. It was looking terrible because she was the one doing it. And then she said she went inside the apartment, that it stinked. It stinks because they be out here talking about, I need cleanliness, I need you to do this, do housework. But when they're living alone, some of them live like they live in filth. They don't know how to do nothing, not even knowing how to cook their own food. They don't know how to care for their own self. That's why when they get a woman, they be expecting you to do all of that. They expect you to do the cleaning, the cooking, all of that. Some of these men are not marrying women because they particularly love them. Some, I'm not saying all, because there are men out here that really do love the women that they marry to, genuinely. But some of them are not marrying women because they love them. They're marrying you to do all that labor that they see as not labor. They will tell you it's not labor. They will tell you it's not labor, but leave that home and leave them alone and see how filthy that house will be. She said she opened the fridge and she saw mold where his food was. The food where he was eating from, the fridge where he was getting the food from. Mold everywhere. She said she had to, because they had people to inspect the apartment. They had people coming in to buy the apartment, the house, sorry. So she had people that were coming to see the house because they both wanted to sell it because he couldn't take care of the house. He told her to leave the house for him at first because he thought he could pay her off and keep the house, but he couldn't even keep the house. And at last, they needed to sell that house. She said when she came into this house, it was dirty. His clothes were lying everywhere. The shower, he only washed that shower once since she left, and she has left for like a year. He only washed the shower once. She said everything was nasty. Nasty. She had to call a company, a cleaning service to come over because she couldn't do the work alone. So when they are out here talking about cleanliness, look at them twice, because some of them will not be even able to do nothing. They be living in filth. But they expect you to do it. And when you do it, they will still complain about it. That's why I always encourage women that are married to always let their husband or make sure their husband participate in house cleaning. I don't care if he's working a 9 to 5. I don't care if he's working from morning to the next morning. Let him actually also involve himself in house cleaning and cooking. Because you can't be out here talking about this place is not clean. I need food. I need food by 3 a.m. and you don't know how to do it for yourself. It's nuts.
That you have never lived up to. It's this big joke on these shows and movies about how single guys just live in a pigsty, but once they get married, all of a sudden they all think that they are Wally Beaver and they want to live in a perfect house with nothing out of place, even a towel. And I think Sleeping with the Enemy is such a great example of this dynamic of how men can use housework to break you down psychologically. Thanks to my followers who mentioned it earlier. Yes, Julia Roberts' character is so used to being manipulated by her husband over housework, where everything's got to be perfect. Not even a can be out of place. And he uses all of these menial tasks that have to continually be done day after day, hour after hour, everything in its perfect place, to just rule her mind completely until it becomes easier to give in to what he wants on everything rather than ever giving him any back talk.
That's a pretty dress. I wouldn't have thought of it.
You're thinking the red?
Black, actually.
Oh, it's backless. Could be chilly tonight.
It becomes so much easier for Julia Roberts' character to give in to whatever her husband says because he's already broken her down so much mentally. He's convinced her, the little things like housework don't really matter. So why don't you just do it the way that I want you to do it? And if you don't, I'm going to complain over and over and over again. And it becomes easier for her to give in to him in every facet of her life. And of course, those who've seen this movie realize she experiences horrible physically abusive consequences if she does not just give in to what he says. Now, I know the men always go crazy. Not all men. So I'm not saying that every man who is anal about the housework is an abuser, but I am saying it's an easy gateway that a lot of people don't recognize as abusive. These men will have these obsessively high standards and convince you that you need to spend all day and all night cleaning. So then you can't even really leave your house. You can't work outside of it like Julia Roberts' character. You can't have your own interest. It's all about what he wants. One thing that's so interesting to me is if you actually read the book, Sleeping with the Enemy, it's not like the movie at all. Patrick Bergen's character isn't a one-off. Almost every man that Julia Roberts' character encounters in the book, Laura, I should say, is abusive, and all the women are dealing with abuse in varying degrees. And I think that's a much more powerful statement on our society, but they weren't ready for that one yet. So they had to make the movie where there's just one monster and all the other men are good. And she proves she's over the husband's abuse by trusting a man again. But that's really not how real life functions, is it? Like and follow for more.
Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast today. I'm going to say this. Thank you all for being here. I hope you've learned a lot from today. You've taken some of the advice that many of the women have been putting out in TikTok and that I have brought to you guys here. Leave your commentary on the comment section. Do not forget to press that like button, subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one. Have a great day and goodbye.